Spirit Soul, great to welcome you back to get in front of the soul waves splashing across the planet. I am so passionate about inspiring you in Lesson 5 to transform your painful life lessons into rewarding soul contribution, regardless of what walk of life you're from or what chapter of your life you're living, no matter how humble or how privileged. I know your heart longs for the authentic soul connection that transforms feeling lost into enjoyment of a confident and clear soul purpose. Lesson 5 assists you in activating the guiding principles found in Chapter 5 of my transformational helping memoir called Shades of Soul Passion, Guiding Principles to Set Your Soul on Fire. This book makes a wonderful gift for anyone looking to expand their horizons and live a better quality of life, enjoying the greatest riches of all, a profoundly deep, soulful lifestyle full of divine light. This book is available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo, and also at my website for Canadians. It can be shipped anywhere in Canada, and the website is www.spiritualsolutions.biz. Biz is spelled B-I-Z. And for bulk orders of 5 books or more, there's a 10% discount. And I encourage you to email me with questions, comments, aha moments, spiritual awakenings, pictures of you and your kindred soul fur babies, anything like that. I'd love to receive at my email, harmonyflowers@spiritualsolutions.biz, B-I-Z. So let's get started, shall we? We're all familiar with traditional contracts, like real estate sales or for cell phone service. Usually we sign like a 2-year contract for a cell phone. A unilateral contract binds one person to take action. In a bilateral contract, 2 parties agree to exchange goods or services. It helps to understand that we come into this lifetime with clear-cut soul contracts. One type of bilateral soul contract is with a life partner. The intention of such a contract is, above all else, mutual soul growth. This may be for 1 year or 60 years. Once the intended shared soul lessons are learned, then the soul contract is complete and the 2 souls are free to go their separate ways. When I hear celebrities state publicly that their, in quotes, marriage failed, I would reframe that for them and for anyone else who is caught up in that mindset of failure. That their marriage succeeded in terms of their intended soul growth perfectly. At which time they were free to move forward, either flying solo or with other souls. Soul contracts also exist in the work environment. Usually our life lessons are closely related to the positive contributions we make through our work. my own life lesson of being detached from material possessions and drawing on my own inner resources to create a positive life instead of depending on others. That definitely relates to the nature of my work contribution, not only as a counselor, a medium, teaching life skills, and guiding others to live an authentic, soul-based lifestyle with independent thinking and spiritual freedom. I took all the pain that I experienced from my youth, and believe me, there was plenty of it. And I transformed it into passionate soul contribution, which is very rewarding. I achieved equanimity with a peaceful inner detachment from life's stresses, because it becomes a natural process where you're always returning to your inner soul, no matter what's happening around you. Just like the ebb and flow of the waves. With your wise soul as the observer of your outer persona, your soul notices interesting and colorful dimensions as your intended soul contribution merges with others' soul contributions. At work, you then team up with other souls who agreed with you to share societal contribution, revealing the shared soul mission you undertake together. And that is exciting. So sometimes, if you're ever in a job interview again, you might look at the bigger picture that if you do have a soul contract to fulfill with these people at this job interview, then it's likely you're going to get the job, right? I'd say so. Princess Diana was a spiritual seeker who sought out spiritual advisors while she was alive to help her understand the bigger picture of her life. She wasn't satisfied with just the material appearance of things. She wanted something deeper and more meaningful. Diana was willing to shift her identity solely from princess to a soul first. With a confident soul identity, she was able to get her relationship with herself right. That's the key, is starting with yourself. Get your relationship with your soul self right first. Remember, soul's first and the outer package second. We talked about that in lesson 4. Standing in her soul power, Diana used her free will to connect with the public, soul to soul. We all felt the warmth of Diana's soul energy and were deeply inspired by it. She rose and shone her soul light exquisitely with a passionate single-mindedness of soul contribution in vital areas of human suffering like AIDS, landmines, eating disorders, and homeless, traumatized youth. One of Diana's life lessons was learning that even having been born into and marrying into enormous worldly privilege, her ultimate greatest privilege was her opportunity for tremendous soul growth and rewarding soul contribution. And she never missed a beat finding that. She was totally committed to it. The wealthy also have amazing souls, beautiful souls that seek the richness of multi-dimensional soul identity, an equal opportunity spiritual phenomenon. As you align with the unlimited universal divine mindset, you will transcend time and space, removing the veil between the physical realm in this lifetime and in past lives. I'll give you an example of how the veil was removed for me a few years ago, not that many years ago. I was leafing through a magazine, and I saw this picture and I felt drawn to it. And as I zeroed in on it, I got this chill that ran from the bottom of my spine right up to my neck. And I had goosebumps. And so I thought, what's going on here? What is this, for heaven's sake? So I looked closer and I started to read about a place called Stonehenge. And what I realized is that this spiritual, historical site called Stonehenge in England was a place that I had inhabited many, many, many years ago, and had actually strong spiritual attachment to it at that time. And so I had a deja vu experience where I recognized a place that I had lived in a previous lifetime, and hence the chill up the spine and the goosebumps. So, and for you, you know, you might experience these aha moments in ways that are personally meaningful to your own life and to your past lives. So you might have an aha moment about what's going on right now for you, or what went on for you 1,000 years ago. Like, it's cool because it's different every time. So alignment with the universal, unlimited, collective unconscious, because there's a collective unconscious on a spiritual, divine level that bypasses our conscious mind, and we're aware of it every single second on a super conscious soul level, but it bypasses our conscious level most of the time, not all the time. And because of this connection, this amazing connection, clues show up in many forms that will rock your world. And they can be really fun too, and playful, which I like. Playful is good. So use your free will, the gift that the universe has given you of free will, to choose receptivity. Be receptive, keeping your eyes and ears open at all times for these clues. For me, clues also began showing up in prophetic dreams. I'll give you an example. When I was turning 22, someone that I was in a relationship with, for my birthday celebration, we went to the Quilchena Ranch, and and we went horseback riding. And we were up on a hill, looking out over the lake at the beautiful landscape. It was just lush and just deep shades of green and gold, and then the blue water and the blue sky, and it was a warm sunny day, and everything smelt so nice, and the birds were singing. And then I was sitting on this amazing horse that this kindred soul that gave me this gift of a horseback ride for my birthday. And all of a sudden, this guy that I was with said, I like horses, but I like my motorcycle best. And I was startled because 2 weeks prior to that, I had a prophetic dream that he said that word for word. And of course, I couldn't resist saying, oh my God, I dreamed you saying that 2 weeks ago. And we had a guide with us, and she heard me say it too. So anyway, I think they thought it was pretty cool. And this clue showed me that our souls have a master plan. There's a master plan out there when you can travel into the future in your sleep and see what's going to happen in the future. That's part of a master plan. That's not to say that things can't, that you can't change them slightly as you go, but there definitely is a basic master plan out there. And so as part, the prophetic dreams, of course, became part of my spiritual toolkit. And as such, it helps me create resilience through difficult circumstances. And it will for you too. So stay open to that too. I find it really fun. And universal, divine, indestructible energy is everywhere. It's a scientific fact that energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Therefore, it's scientifically true that the soul does not die, because soul energy cannot be destroyed. It can only transform itself into another form. And so when we leave the body, our energy speeds up so that it's in sync with the spiritual dimension. When we are first born and come into the body as an infant, our energy, our soul energy, slows down so that it's in sync with the physical realm and the physicality of our body temple that will carry us through this journey in this incarnation. Your own energy, by the way, is invisibly transferred to all of your belongings, like your clothes, your furniture. Everything you touch picks up your energy. So it's the soul energy is always in a dynamic state. Always in a dynamic state. I'll give you an example. When I had just turned 20 and I had an astrological reading based on, the place, time, and so on of my birth. And the date, of course. um, the astrologer handed me a pendant, and he said, you know, in addition to predicting me becoming a medium in my late 20s, which is astounding, he also said, you know, you would be really good at picking up energy off of people's objects. And so I took the pendant in my hand and closed my eyes, and I saw this train speeding across the countryside. And then I saw some cattle in a field. And then I opened my eyes and I said, well, it's to do with travel, because I saw this train going really fast across the countryside. And he said, it's a St. Christopher's to protect you during travel. So there you go. And you will have your own unique unfoldment of realizations that go beyond the everyday. So, indeed, as a spirit conduit, I often feel my guides' energy waves go through my head when I am sort of not moving around and at peace in the evening. That's when they seem to come through the most. And it energizes me, and it heals me. Especially if I've had a really demanding day, they will give me a healing using their very high energy of pure love to heal me, which I'm really grateful for. And yours do the same for you. The only thing is, until you learn to tune into it, you experience it more on a subliminal level. But once you learn to bring that to consciousness, which we talked about in chapter 3 and lesson 3, once you learn to bring that to a conscious level, then you will be aware of how you're being healed as well. Definitely. So you are very, very loved. And you're getting, you know, wonderful healings, whether you want them or not. They're just an amazing gift. So approximately 10 days after my mom's passing, she visited me, and her soul energy presented itself in mostly pink, a little bit of white too, soul energy light. It was this beautiful etheric, pastel-y shades of pink and maybe a little mauve and white. And she was so enthusiastic to give me this cosmic hug with her soul energy that it was very, very powerful. And I had to adjust to her soul energy. And I did feel slight nausea just because it was strong. And so I had to quickly sit down on a little stool that was close to the floor to regain my physical wellness. And but I thanked her very, very much and for her soul love, and I told her that I love her soul too, of course. And I always tell her and the others that I wish them nothing but peace and love and happiness wherever they are, whatever they're doing in the universe. And so even after they've passed, if you have souls that have already passed, it's never too late to make peace with them. So if you have something unsaid that you need to say, you can say it to them and they will hear you. Because the veil is so thin, like they're just a hop, skip, and a jump away. So then a little bit later, like a few months later, my mom injected some cosmic humor into our relationship that was ongoing after her passing. And I was at an Airbnb sitting on the couch in front of a tree that had fairy lights on it. And the owner of the Airbnb was sitting there and we were talking, and she really liked my fur babies. And all of a sudden, the lights, the fairy lights on this little tree that was sitting on the coffee table started to blink on and off slowly. And then they switched to faster and faster and faster. And the woman that owned the Airbnb looked startled. And she said, "Those lights are going on by themselves. Nobody even touched the switch." And with that particular switch, if you keep clicking it, then the blinking of the lights gets faster and faster and faster. And I said, "Yeah, that's my mom having some fun with us." And, she's giving us all a cosmic chuckle. And so the woman ended up giving me the tree with the fairy lights because she thought it was so meaningful and so special. And I have it to this day. It grew, and I've had to repot it in a larger pot. But I still have it, and it's doing very well. So cosmic humor is wonderful for detaching from stress, from crises, from traumas, from emergencies, or just from little hiccups in your day, little bumps along the road. Cosmic humor is a real go-to for me. It's a real go-to, definitely. And as a counselor, there were a few of my clients along the way, not too many, but there were a few that were so stuck in negative behavior patterns that I wasn't able to move them forward. So the best that I was able to do was just plant seeds in their hearts and in their minds, which hopefully will sprout into positive soul growth down the road, either in this lifetime or in their future incarnations. The biggest part of my counseling caseload has always been males who buried their feelings and they buried their tears out of a fear of being weak. And the persona they presented to the world was a fake pseudo-identity macho man persona, which is, kind of sad because then they don't feel like they can be their authentic soul selves. What a bind we put males in when society doesn't accept them being authentically vulnerable. Vulnerability is beautiful. Vulnerability is gorgeous. It's real. And it takes us closer to who we really are, our authentic soul selves. And not only that, it takes guts to be vulnerable. It takes courage. So actually, it's one of our greatest strengths. And, men are expected to demonstrate empathetic sensitivity in relationships of all sorts, whether it's at work or in a, committed relationship or whatever. And that sensitive empathy was locked away long ago for survival. So it's really not fair that we condition males to be this way in the world and then judge them for not being empathetically sensitive at the same time. Like, talk about crazy making. So then the fallout of that is a pseudo authenticity or a pseudo sensitivity where they're play acting at being sensitive just to make it look like they are when it isn't really coming from their core. And that's sad too. It doesn't foster happiness. So their unexpressed feelings may leak out in a manner that harms themselves and others. And these male souls are crying out to be seen and heard, to be freed from their trap of existential depression. We must see souls first and the outer male persona of macho man second, to heal this disproportionate pseudo-identity malady that continues to infect the entire planet and may be one of the underlying causes of wars. As a medium, I see past lives between people, including on the screen. During some shows, I'm able to see the roles that a couple of people played with each other in their past lives, either in personal relationships or through shared soul work. And so sometimes, if they didn't 100% complete the shared soul work in past lives, they might come back together to continue it. Or the other possibility is that they had so much fun doing shared soul contribution to society together that they just couldn't resist coming back and doing some more, to have some more fun. So that's awesome. This is planned before birth, by the way. And the same is true of you and your fur babies and you and your kids. I mean, you plan this stuff out before you're born. And you and your fur babies can rock your souls together in awesome ways, as well as you and your kids, which we discussed in lesson 4. My fur babies acted as therapy dogs in some of my counseling sessions that I gave with clients. And my clients found them very healing indeed. And what a wonderful soul contribution that was from my fur babies. So bravo to them. Bravo to them. And they enjoyed it too. They enjoyed the interaction too. So let's do a visualization to set the intention of expressing your soul gifts and transforming your painful life lessons into rewarding and valuable soul contribution in society, in your community, and the world at large. So let's get ready for this visualization. I've prepared it here. Breathe freely. Breathe freely, take some deep breaths. Shake out the tension in your arms and hands, in your legs and feet. Shake it out. Raise and drop your shoulders 2 or 3 times. And stretch way up. Feel the stretch and then release. Good. Sink into the furniture that you're on. Just relax. And gently close your eyes and hear my words as we go on this journey together. You are standing next to a majestic mountain. Take a few seconds to see the beauty of this majestic mountain before you. And its silent, courageous strength. Its enduring strength. Feeling the wonder of its divine creation. Your heart feels the pain of your life lessons and how difficult it has been at times to keep your head above water. And you just kept treading water and treading water, holding the faith no matter what. But your mind and your emotions became weary, very weary. At times you felt drained and disillusioned, discouraged. You wonder now how you managed to get through your painful experiences as well as you did. Somehow you dug deep down and found the courage to make the uncertain twists and turns toward your destiny. Your bravery is commendable, yet you still hurt deep within. The hurt still lingers. Suddenly, an eagle lands on a tree branch next to you and gazes right into your eyes. You connect soul to soul, feeling the eagle's energy that represents strength, vision, alignment with the divine as it soars to heights that no other bird is able to soar to. There is a soul sharing of endurance in the face of difficulty. Your eyes connect soul to soul powerfully. You feel your fear evaporate into the air, lightening up your energy and setting your soul free from a prison of pain. You feel the healing energy of divine love wash over you as a rebirth. Feel that just wash over you. You recommit to assisting with the creation of a social safety net through shared soul contribution and service, knowing that others then can also transform their painful life lessons into rewarding and valuable soul contribution to the planet. You know you are a part of something magnificent that is bigger than yourself. The loving purification and unification of all souls on earth. What an honorable, honorable goal to work towards, to contribute to. You are empowered to assist in the co-creation of that very thing. The eagle spreads its glorious wings and soars up toward the heavens. You feel your soul soar also as you move forward to help create heaven on earth. You now carry with you for the rest of your life the eagle's vision of celebrating the bravery of the soul within. And you do deserve to celebrate the bravery that your soul has shown up until now. And in chapter 6, throughout chapter 6, I talk about celebrating your soul and others' souls and the bravery of the soul in rising above the direst of circumstances to have victory and a balance between confident soul identity and humbleness, knowing that you're a servant of divine source. I encourage you to do the practices at the end of chapter 5 to support you in achieving your spiritual goals. Practice soul celebration often because your soul sparkles every day, not just on your birthday. It is an honor, a true honor to be your mystic muse. It's a thrill, truly. It brings tears to my eyes. It makes tears of joy. Feel free to revisit these 5 lessons as often as you wish for even deeper soul exploration, to be catapulted forward in your soul growth. Whenever you wish, email me at harmonyflowers@spiritualsolutions.biz, B-I-Z, with, you can share your cosmic chuckles, your cosmic humor. I love that. You can ask a question. You can give me a soul perspective that you've opened to, whatever feels right for our soul connection, because now we are definitely kindred souls, because kindred souls transcend time and space. So feel my cosmic hug, and it definitely transcends time and space. And I know that you will join me on my website for my blog, Mystic Muse Messages. You're welcome to email me to book an appointment for individual phone counseling. And also, if you have a small or large group or business that wants to open to living and contributing more from the soul, I'm available for events as a speaker, a workshop facilitator, a seminar speaker, and I know that we can do more great things together as time goes on. Thank you for honoring me with your presence. Namaste.